V8 stock cars from the fourth round of the Power Tour here at Oran Park Raceway, and it certainly has been an eventful round for the V8 stock cars, Luffy. A lot of bash and crash.
Well, that's right, Nathan. These cars, let's say, when they get together at Oran Park Raceway in particular, they get up close and personal. And we've seen plenty of rubbing, which is the American term for, let's say, pushing the envelope well and truly. But they come onto the main straight through Roman Autotech corner. A rolling start for these 700 horsepower weapons. The pace car pulls off and it's put to the floor.
This one a reverse grid situation, so the faster guys coming from the rear. It's good to see that the Fireworks King has managed to put an engine in the car, has made it out to the final race, because they had dramas with that in the first one, didn't they, Lucky?
Well, that's right. So Tony Southall, lots of problems with the engine. Inside gremlins, I think they call it, which means when the old Conrod has knocked the starter motor off the side of the engine, they can't start it. But Bob Middleton in the white line car, we spoke about knocking the engine off. There it is, the Tony Southall Fireworks King. He's had the fireworks go out as he's run off the circuit.
Yeah, something happened there. The car just hopped over the curb onto the grass and he shut the thing down. There's George Elliott, Mark Harrison. They're all starting to make their way through. Obviously, the man to beat is Andrew Madecki. He certainly has been the force to be reckoned with in 2001 in the V8 stock cars. Certainly a hard charge, and he's on his way through. But it's the teammate, you should say, the team owner that's out leading at the moment in the 95 car.
Well, that's right. The Motorline Transport racing team, let's say they prepare excellent machinery. Lots of horsepower. There is the Phantom of Nigel Benson, a quick glance at the purple car. But on screen at the moment, the man we spoke about, Bob Middleton, the 95 Chevy Monte Carlo, sliding through. And here it is, the Sharwood's number 11 car coming through with Tricky Dick Howell, down into the right hand of what's commonly called the S's at Oran Park Raceway. Oh, Dickie Howell getting the car completely sideways as he comes out of Strong Ice Coffee corner. Boy, oh boy, Nathan, he is one of the hard charges we've ever seen here today.
Yeah, certainly round four's proved a lot more advantageous for Dick Howell. He certainly started the season well at Mallala, but it fell off a little bit. He thinks he had some tyre problems, but he's got the setup here for the round. Bob Middleton's got some dramas and maybe just waved the front 2-3 because he's just lost the lead in a big hurry. And that puts Dick Howell in the Sharwood's number 11 at the front.
Yeah, Tricky Dicky, we've referred to him before. He loves the racing. He's raced on the dirt. He's raced on the ovals. And now he is on what's commonly called the flat tracks. But Oran Park is hardly a flat track. Now there's Andrew Madecki in the 85, the sister car to Bob Middleton. You can see all that damage on the left-hand side, which is the driver's side. And let's say that was all caused by a little altercation between Hollywood George Elliott and himself. They had a disagreement about real estate. Oh, almost like another disagreement. What a great braking move by Andrew Madecki.
Yeah, Dick Howell on the gas, he smoked the tyres up and he's going to put the thing around and on the grass. So I'll tell you what, just on the throttle a little bit too soon there. Dick Howell has thrown away what was a good second place at the moment. And he's put Andrew Madecki in a nice, comfortable lead. Here comes George Elliott, but just too early on the throttle there, Lumpy.
Yeah, very much so. We mentioned to Speed Week viewers before about these cars with the type of horsepower that they've got. You can get yourself into all sorts of problems. There's the 75, the Walnuts car. You can see it's cranked the Selford round completely sideways. Trying to find reverse gear, but with so much horsepower on such an undulating circuit like Oran Park, when they put the foot through the floor, you can see exactly what happened. Spat himself out sideways. And I suppose, Nathan, the word correct means big boo-boo.
Yeah, it certainly does. They're not necessarily overtired as well, as we still see the 75 car stuck, and that's in a really precarious position. Won't surprise me if they red flag this one, because it looks like he's really struggling to get reverse gear. You can't leave him there. Here's the replay.
Yeah, well, that's right. Watch this here. Dick Howell chokes the car. He's got his foot through the floor, and by choking the car, he held the car really on the tight line. He's done the right thing. He's got the brakes on, but when he's on the grass on those slick tyres, he hasn't got the grip. Now here's another view from the camera on central commentary in the middle of the circuit. You can see he just clips the apex, the front wheel off the ground. Dickie Howell in the Sharwood's 11 car. He is going grass cutting.
Is that a combination of factors? Like, not only do you get on the throttle, but the car is really unsettled.
Yeah, well, that's right. Touching that ripple strip on the inside is one of the no-nos here at Oran Park Raceway, because it really, you could see the car lift the front end. He lost the grip on the front, but with having the foot through the floor, he had the big, what's commonly called oversteer. Or in America, they say the car cuts loose.
Back with the restart now, and this is going to be tough to beat Andrew Madecki. He's coming from the front row. George Elliott, well, there's been no love lost between those two at round Tony Southwell, good to see he's managed to restart the Fireworks King car. He's already up to 4th place.
Yeah, well, we mentioned before about Tony Southwell. They call him Wild Thing, and in the pits he really struts his stuff. On the circuit he gets out there, and he knows how to drive the wheels off these cars. Here we have down through the right-hand ring in lots of undulations. You can see the Teese car just going through there. That's the number 6 car. As they're coming down into this very hollow part of the circuit, they put the foot through the floor. As they come up through here, you can see Doug Moss and the other Teese car just going through as well. Over the notorious O'Brien aluminium dogleg, the cars get incredibly light. They go back here through the gearbox, tip the car onto the main straight away, and then it's put through the floor and unleashing all that Yankee mumbo.
Well, Madecky's just a class act, isn't he? He's already pulled out a huge gap. Here comes Southwell now. Don't doubt the horsepower of that number 17 car. Reputed to have the most amount of netties under the bonnet, does the Fireworks King. But Medecky certainly is the class act when it comes to steering. He really is smooth, like, speaking of smooth, George Elliott not being that at the moment, dropping wheel in the dirt. You can see the gap has closed up to Southwell.
Well, you mentioned smooth, and the old story in road racing, as we call it, smooth is fast, and when you've got the thing loose, you're really going sideways and you're going slow. And particularly around this very tight 1.92 kilometre layout of Oran Park Raceway, what's called the short circuit. And, speaking of short, you just saw that Southwell, he really pulled up short there as he tried to get up the inside of George Elliott. This is where the foot comes in through on the accelerator, right through the floor. But George Elliott's car has also got plenty of stick, but under brakes at the bottom. Look at that. Elliott has come in. This is going to be interesting. Will he go wide? Oh, he's got it out in the marbles. That's going to allow Tony Southwell to go through. We mentioned the marbles, Nathan. That's all that loose rubber on the outside of the circuit.
Yeah, the build-up that comes off the tyres. George has certainly dropped back. That car's obviously got a problem. It's had more hits than Elvis this weekend, and obviously it's caught up with the car because he's got right out of the throttle and just rolled away. Southwell moves up to 2nd. That puts Harrison in 3rd. This is your leader, though, on the final lap. Andrew Medecky. What are they going to do to beat this guy?
I think they're going to have to nobble him, Nathan, because maybe take a swab or something. But he is a class act. He's been around for years. One of the nice guys at motor racing. Speak to him in the pits all the time, and he just loves these V8 stock cars. He's at the Bob Middleton outfit. Very professional as he comes over the dogleg for the final time, and he's got a grin on his dial. You can see it inside the visor at the moment as he comes to greet the checkered flag for the final time.
It's his home racetrack. He knows it like the back of his hand, and he certainly proves that with another win here at Oran Park Raceway. 2nd place will go to Tony Southwell in the Fireworks King car, and 3rd will be the number 19 of Harrison. But a great drive once again to Andrew Medecky. Who can beat him? We'll find out in up-and-coming rounds of the Power Tour.